Hello everyone and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Is Meghan's reign in Salem going to end with 2 weddings and a funeral? This week, almost everything appeared to revolve around the Dimaras. But there were a few baby breakouts here and there, as well as the ongoing tale of the Catwoman. In other words, we have lots to discuss. That was a wild ride of a week. I went from applauding Sloane's deception last week to trying not to puke in my mouth this week. I can get behind a plan to keep someone after falling in love. But making Sloane, let me say it again, Sloane, of all individuals who have gone baby crazy, is a resounding no. She was such a distinct, self-assured, strong-willed, sex-positive heroine. And now she's devolved into just another soap opera ingenue anxious to not just keep her boyfriend, but to bind herself to him forever and give up the independence that appeared to define her. Of course, I want a child. Just take a look at my grin. I'm not clenching my teeth. Here we come, baby city. Actually, now that I think about it, the whole man-crazy thing wasn't working for me this week. Would Gwen, of all people, fall for Dimitri's silver tongue so quickly? I say no, but she could be particularly susceptible right now. And unlike Sloane, we know she's always been desperate for love. Meghan, on the other hand. I had been enjoying her all week, but then Friday came and she lost me. Of course, it wasn't her that pulled the revolver on Sean. By all means, Meghan, knock yourself out. His visits to drink and weep over shooting a man we hardly saw and never got to see leave are just extra. Perhaps getting shot would make it feel more real. But it was when she started ranting about Beau that she lost me again. She's a far better character when she's not obsessed with Beau, and instead scheming death, mayhem, and global dominance. Priorities. Stefano was smitten with Marlena, but she wasn't his only obsession. The worst of all possible worlds. Aside from the Beau thing, I'm really enjoying Meghan's run. She's made the Dimaras more intriguing, and the show has used her to bring a lot of individuals back from the brink of death. Kristen had become a loose cannon and nearly unusable one-note villain in recent years. But now that Meghan is on the scene, even she admits that Meghan makes her look sane in comparison. Kristen is also spending time with her family. Meanwhile, Stefan and Gabi are discovering that their love is more essential than a conflict, with Stefan even being courteous to lie. And after having some sense practically smacked into him, EJ may finally be readjusting his priorities. When Meghan first appeared, she was an over-the-top, campy villain with almost no link to the outside tale. But by returning to Salem, she's helping to reset some characters who've been pushed to the point of usability, while also assisting others, such as My Morality is Situational Kate, in reconnecting with their ruthless roots. Lai, on the other hand, may not survive this. Meghan is clearly using him to get to Rolf. He's as disposable as, if not more so than, her own family. A last farewell. Will his and Meghan's plan to kill Stefan succeed? Nope. Brandon Barish is not quitting the program, as far as we know. Kamala Banus, on the other hand, is that how Gabi will go out? Will the assassination attempt on Stefan's life at their wedding at the end of next month go catastrophically wrong, resulting in her death instead of him? So you're suggesting that the more we talk about how nothing can possibly go wrong, the more likely it is that something will go horrifically wrong. That seems premature in comparison to when Banus concluded filming at the end of April. This would bring her leave date closer to Halloween. That being said, if Gabi died before Halloween, it would be the ideal time for her to return to Stefan as a spirit. However, this is implausible. Gabi could still die, but Meghan staying around for another 4.5 months to be the one to blame seems absurd. Unless the repercussions from her blowing up the Dimara family is lethal and lasts that long. Harris agreed to work with Kate in the least surprising turn of events, and Meghan intends to re-brainwash him as her hitman. She is, in fact, her father's daughter. He, too, had favored brainwashed pawns, such as the pawn. But if the program is trying to position Harris as the next generation's Steve or John, it has a long way to go. There are other legacy characters who fans care about who could have been employed instead, such as Paul or Andrew. Just don't conclude it with him escaping and killing her. I don't care if he's a hitman or not. I just want her to be able to appear from time to time and wreak havoc. Asterisk, I believe Bonnie and Whitley graduated from the same school of excuses. They are lousy liars with the most flimsy of justifications. But they both maintained the lie for the entire week, which in Salem time is probably about half an hour, so bravo. They outperformed my expectations. So the Salem Police Department just discloses all of the evidence from their ongoing investigations with civilians? I suppose they must, given their inability to overcome the criminal mastermind that is Nurse Whitley's stonewalling. Oh no. We only have her as a lead, but she says everything is good, so let's move on. Let's hope Eli can sort this out when he returns next week. Asterisk, if the Demura estate has multiple underground passageways, how come everyone does everything in the wine cellar? Keep your prisoner, stage your affair, and scheme your plots somewhere other than the room where everyone goes to have a drink. And we all know how much the Demuras enjoy their cocktails. Kristen and EJ's heart-to-heart was unexpectedly tender. It's insane that they're quietly discussing Nicole's pregnant heartbreaks and the mysteries of love while being held hostage by their deranged, homicidal sister. But I assume that's quite common in the Demura family. Asterisk, Chad and Stephanie aren't particularly thrilling, but they do provide some decent emotional beats. Like her soft smile, she saw he removed his wedding ring. Someone mentioned that they'd make a terrific relationship in real life, but there's just not enough heat between them on a soap. Whitley's unwitting prisoner, Abe, is still suffering from amnesia and watching soap opera reruns. However, the old operas gave Abe a hint as to who he is, the mayor of Salem. With Abe still missing, his family returns to Salem to help Paulina. When Eli returns home, Julie, Paulina, and Paulina's mother Olivia all overjoyed. They aren't the only ones, as Abe and Lexi's son Theo has returned. Olivia assures Paulina that her husband will be found. Dimitri became closer to Gwen as his mother instructed, and the fact that Dimitri grew up with an absentee father was an all too familiar narrative to Gwen. Following that, Leo grows concerned about Gwen and confronts Megan about her and her son using his best friend as a pawn in their sick game, and is later shocked to discover Dimitri in bed with Gwen. What in the name of RuPaul's Drag Race is going on here? He says. Finally, Rafe and Jada have been growing closer for months, but Rafe lays down the law on officer fraternization, especially when superiors are involved. After all these years, fraternization among Salem PD officers has suddenly become a problem. Eli, on the other hand, notices them holding hands and suspects something is going on between them. Holding hands may appear to be a stroll in the park when Rafe arrives at Jada's house, and she answers the door in only a towel, depending on what happens next. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.